Hey y'all, it's Sarah, and this week's book talk is over the classic novel The Giver by Lois Lowry, published in 1993 by Dull Laurel Leaf, an imprint of Random House Children's Books. Jonas is an 11-year-old boy about to turn 12 who resides in an idealistic community where everyone has a job, adults are formed into family units and given 2 children, 1 boy and 1 girl, and there's no hunger or suffering. It is nearing the month of December, where the all-important ceremonies take place. Each December, children all collectively age and are given representation of their new responsibilities for their ages: bikes, pockets, hairstyles. But at the ceremony of 12, children become adults and are assigned their careers. Jonas is, to say the least, apprehensive. He doesn't know what career will be given to him, and on top of that, strange things seem to be happening as he gets closer and closer to the ceremony. But suddenly Jonas had noticed, following the path of the apple through the air with his eyes, that the piece of fruit had, well, this was the part he couldn't adequately understand. The apple had changed. It had changed mid-air, he remembered. Then it was in his hand, and he looked at it carefully. But it was the same apple. Regardless of these apprehensions, Jonas makes it to the ceremonies, watching his sister receive her new jacket that identifies her as an 8, and patiently waiting for his turn on the stage. Calling by numbers, which identifies when in the year of birth a child was born, Jonas grows more and more apprehensive. And then they skip his number, 19, with no indication that a mistake has been made. Anxiety riddles the crowd until, at the very end, they assign Jonas. Jonas has not been assigned, she informed the crowd, and his heart sank. Then she went on. Jonas has been selected. He blinked. What did that mean? He felt a collective questioning stir from the audience. They too were puzzled. In a firm, commanding voice she announced, Jonas has been selected to be our next receiver of memory. Then he heard a gasp, the sudden intake of breath drawn sharply in astonishment by each of the seated citizens. He saw their faces, the eyes widened in awe, and he still did not understand. The position of receiver is not anything that Jonas expected, and as he spends more and more time with his mentor, the giver, the man who held the position of receiver before him, Jonas begins to question everything the community believes and is built on. Is the community truly a utopia, or is this precious community actually a nightmare? If this sounds like your cup of tea but you can't get a copy, or you've already read it, check out these 2 books. The Hunger Games by Susan Collins is a story set in a dystopian world where a television show puts 12 girls and 12 boys against each other in a death match. Katniss Everdeen volunteers in place of her sister and must survive the horrors or be permanently eliminated. In George Orwell's 1984, Winston Smith rewrites history for the Ministry of Truth. But with every lie he writes, he grows to hate his party more and more and begins to think for himself. Careful though, Big Brother is watching. I hope you all enjoy this. I'll talk to you all next time.